It says, and there's a lady, a young woman on the chalkboard, and behind her is a lot of figures of math problems. I'm not sure if you can see this. I'll bring it to your attention. And it reads, it figures, girls' fears of numbers, or it figures, girls' fear of numbers comes early. And this is what the way it goes. Girls may learn math anxiety from female instructors. Little girls may learn to fear math from the women who are their earliest teachers. Despite gains in recent years, women still trail men in some areas of math achievement, and the question of why has provoked controversy. Now, a study of first and second graders suggests what may be part of the answer. Female elementary school teachers who are concerned about their own math skills could be passing that along to the little girls they teach. Young students tend to model themselves after adults of the same sex. And having a female teacher who is anxious about math may reinforce the stereotype that boys are better at math than girls. I would say psychology today have made progress in trying to and endeavoring to understand how human nature, the psychology of human nature. But I don't think that they come near to the understanding that Spinoza had over 350 years ago about how human nature works. But what I found about this article is interesting is that we our learned behavior comes very early. And so our response to, say, math, if you're a little girl, when you were a little girl, you women who, or teenagers, when you were a small first or second grader or third grader being introduced to math, and if it's a woman teaching you, it says that you are going to be conditioned and develop an attitude about math. It's interesting regarding boys. Boys have a belief that men should never learn how to cook, and so they are taught. Little boys are learned how to be a man in the future, so to speak. What boys should like and what not like. So this involves desire, pleasure, and pain. Desire is that I want to please the teacher. Pain if I don't get it. Pleasure if I do get the answers of a math problem. Therefore, our nature is a whole mass of conditioning, of listening and imitating the models that were educating us, unconsciously or consciously. Again, we want to be just like them. As a little boy or a little girl, you want to be just like mommy or daddy, or if you had no parents, maybe the people who were taking care of you. You want to be just like them. To study ourselves requires work. And to be in a group environment, that I am endeavoring to create, would include individuals who want something and who are dissatisfied with the way things are going on in their life. I'm not talking about people who are homeless. I'm not talking about people who are psychotic. But I'm talking about the individual who is searching for more in themselves rather than being steered or saying being motivated by external causes to make major achievements in life. And there's a wonderful book, and I'm not sure if you can get it. It is actually out of print. It's called A Stranger in Paradise by J. Anker Larson. J. Anker Larson. I found this book, and I read it 40 years ago, and I've read it about 5 or 6 times. And in this book, it was about a little community in Amsterdam, Holland, and about a little boy named Hans and how he discovered God and how he saw God in everything. But one of the cute stories in this book, because there were a series of stories within a story. One of the stories is that that St. Peter came down to earth because God told St. Peter. Now remember, this is symbolic. I don't believe in heaven or hell. I believe as Spinoza does. And we'll talk about that later. But in this story, God sends Peter down to earth because God feels that heaven was empty. He's looking for some people to occupy his beautiful kingdom. And so he sends Peter down, and Peter reluctantly goes down, but he wants to do the right thing, and he wants to obey God. But and so God sends St. Peter down with the idea that St. Peter has, say, a bag, a big bag, or say a bag of moments. Like, do you have a moment? Let me give you one of my moments. Well, everybody has a minute. Well, we're going to call a minute a moment. And the idea is these moments that St. Peter had in his bag was to give to people. And I would say that these moments not only is to help them, basically was the idea that it helped them awaken to the magnificence of God, to be connected with God. This moment was just to be in tune or commune with God. An example was, you heard of Mother Teresa. There was a little book, I'm not sure, it was written by her or with her, about her. But I remember reading after the first few pages, Mother Teresa said, and this is connected to what I'm talking about, moments. He said, in silence, we're given a moment to commune with God. In the silence, we give a moment to commune with God. Now here is St. Peter has these moments in his bag, and he's down to earth, and but he's having a problem. People are too busy with life. They're going to school. They're working. They might have two jobs. And the time they do have, if they have any time, they want to be with friends. They want to have some fun. They want to have some pleasure. Again, pleasure, pain, and desire. It's in everything, these emotions. So here, the college student doesn't have any time for moments. The business person, the cobbler or the shoemaker, has no time. And one interesting thing in this story is that when St. Peter was sent down to earth, behold, the devil